Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of the course here. I got my scenery up here, and so far so good for some of you. The others, you're not even in the classroom, so we need to get on top of that. Don't fall behind, which relates to my theme this week. I always do my little motivation or inspiration themes. Has a little bit to do, I use the running analogies because like people who run marathons and something, they're very consistent. To have habits. So I'm talking about consistency and habits this week. So that's the thing, developing habits, being consistent. One of the things all of us, regardless of what profession or your path in life is, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence or consistency then is not an act but a habit. Our habits. Those of you that are fitness people, doing 100 sit-ups a day and 100 push-ups a day, it takes time to get to that level. It's from consistency and habits. So same thing with school, same thing with family. You got to be consistent, and it doesn't come by chance. It's a choice. We all make choices on, if we're gonna do something, be it work, be it school, be it, family, those are choices. But developing habits and consistency gets you there. So I guess that's my point. If you are not, this is something I've made up. If you're not consistent and lack performance habits, you need to ask yourself, are you a reliable person, trustworthy, successful? If you're answering yes to that, then you're wrong because if you're not consistent, you don't have habits to make, to develop yourself to make you successful. Um, you might be that person who shows up late. If you're in school, you turn in things late. Um, if you got kids, you pick them up late. There's things we have to manage our time to be consistent so that we can be, all these things and more. So my point is, if it applies to you, something you need to look at, sit back, look at yourself, evaluate, and okay, what are you going to do from here? Let's fix it. And that way you can be more productive, be less stressed, because one of the things about being behind and not being consistent and having good habits is most people get more stress out of it because you just have more problems. So there's the point. So there you go. Course itself, and of course I got my little banner up here, be a warrior in the path you have taken. So whatever you do, you need to be the warrior in there and go to it. Upcoming week here, you got 3 chapters, have to do with supply, market forces, supply and demand, uh, nation's income, and cost of living. One of the things, snippets, because lately politics and everything going around, I try to tell people ignore politics, ignore Facebook. Um, and I'm not trying to sound like somebody else, but most everything on Facebook is fake. It's not, it's not true, or it's distorted. Um, Little things like measuring cost of living. There's always been an argument about the minimum wage. Some places did the minimum wage, went up to $15, like places like Seattle, and they found out it don't work. Yeah, people got more money, but then if that is countered by the cost of living being increased because businesses can't afford to pay those wages because of all the related taxes and everything. Because it ain't just about a wage. If an employer is paying $10 an hour, they're actually paying more than $10 an hour. They're paying more like 15 because of the associated taxes, the Social Security, unemployment, the Medicaid, the Medicare withholdings, all those things that you see on your paycheck, employers match. So they're also paying that. And then things like, cost of living. So this recent new tax bill, some of you may have already seen it in your paychecks. There's less tax coming out of your check now. That money, a lot of companies, Walmart, Starbucks, I think Google and Apple, have already initiated pay increases, new jobs and things like that. And that's because my take on it is most politicians don't understand how economics works. And so when you have that, um, a tax break, taxes usually help the economy. Historically, it always has. So So there you go. So that's a little bit on that. Otherwise, like I say, those of you not in here, you need to be in here every week. Be consistent, develop habits, and there you go. My test question this week is, I had the grandmen, you know, I have these 2 grandkids, so let me know what they're doing in there, and yeah, let me know what you think you see there, and I'll let you go with that. So, all right. Otherwise, have a great week. I'll see you next time. As always, get in touch with me if you need anything. Take care, everybody.